are back with another WCW worldwide exclusive. Fidel Sierra to go one-on-one with Sonny, Siaki, and Tony Schiavone. It's another opportunity for the new blood of World Championship Wrestling to impress the new bosses. Vince Russo, Eric Bischoff. You know that they're going to be keeping an eye on all the matches involving WCW personnel, and a young man by the name of Sonny Siaki, direct from the power plant, has a chance to go into the ring against this veteran from Cuba, Fidel Sierra, and prove himself here on Worldwide.
Prove himself is the right term, Mike, and next Sunday, Slamboree comes your way on pay-per-view, and that's a chance for the Millionaires Club to try to regain some power that they lost recently at Spring Stampede. Ric Flair takes on the franchise. The Total Package takes on Buff Bagwell. We also have Diamond Dallas Page in the Triple Cage match for the world title against the Chosen One, Jeff Jarrett. Sting against Vampiro. Candido, the artist, for the Cruiserweight title as Sonny Siaki comes out, and he's looking sharp. We need to talk about Sonny, but let's talk for a moment about the Triple Cage match, Mike. The Triple Cage our fans saw in the movie Ready to Rumble. It's so dangerous. The belt high above the final cage. It is a match of survival and a match of attrition for Diamond Dallas Page to get the world title from around the waist of Jeff Jarrett.
Certainly a proving ground for the Millionaires Club at Slamboree 2000, and no one wants to prove that they belong back at the top of World Championship Wrestling any more than DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. And Tony, I think you and I may have an advantage because we have seen up close and personal just how imposing, just how ominous a structure that three-level steel cage is, because obviously we were there for the filming of the Ready to Rumble movie. We've seen this structure up close, and it's a very, very dangerous battleground for DDP and Jeff Jarrett, the Chosen One, next Sunday at Slamboree.
I really think Diamond Dallas Page and the Millionaires Club need to watch that movie and take a page from the movie, so to speak. You'll recall that Jimmy King did not go in the ring alone. He had his posse with him, and they did whatever it took to get the belt away from Diamond Dallas Page at that time. Kind of odd circumstances. Page is now the challenger in Slamboree, and he was the champion in Ready to Rumble.
You know, one would think on the surface, as we see Sonny Siaki take the early advantage, nice deep arm drag here on Sierra, and maintains it, just neutralizes Sierra with that arm bar. One would think that DDP would have an advantage because, as you can attest, for several weeks, Diamond Dallas Page was filming sequences involving that triple tier cage. We've seen how dangerous it can be to be up at the top of that cage, but one would think that DDP will have an edge because of his familiarity.
Well, he walked around the cage. He obviously did a lot of the shots without the use of a stuntman from the top of the cage, and I would agree with that. He's very familiar with it, but when you talk about survival, you know as well as I do, members of the new blood, Russo, Bischoff, they're going to do anything it takes to keep the belt around the waist of Jeff Jarrett next Sunday.
And it's all about proving yourself at Slamboree, and Jeff Jarrett wants to prove that he belongs as the world's heavyweight champion, that the Chosen One's victory at Spring Stampede was not just a fluke, and that he can maintain the new blood atop World Championship Wrestling by holding on to that world's heavyweight title belt. Still a lot of heat between Jeff Jarrett and the people involved with the Ready to Rumble movie, because Jarrett was not involved with that. He wants to embarrass DDP, as we see Siaki with the roll-up and the 2 count on Sierra. He wants to embarrass DDP in front of his Hollywood friends at Slamboree.
And he tried to embarrass David Arquette at the world premiere, Hollywood premiere of Ready to Rumble. And man, Chinese Theater back on April 5th. So I know the people in Hollywood still angry at Jeff Jarrett about that.
Now Sierra sets up Siaki in the corner, starting to see the experience edge show the way for Sierra as he takes control, just measuring Siaki in the corner. Big right hands to the chest, now sends him off again, and well, the speed, the quickness of Siaki comes into play as he's able to avoid the larger Sierra.
Well, Siaki's showing us something here. A lot of intestinal fortitude, so to speak, but a lot of reserve as well, as he's taking a beating. He looks pretty fresh right now.
Off the series of right hands, takes Sierra down with a version of the lariat that time, caught him with the clothesline. Now sends him off into the ropes again. Good elevation with the back body drop.
And good extension of the back muscles that time to get the big guy over.
But Sierra used the veteran move there, caught him with that headbutt into the midsection. Winding Siaki now takes him up and over. Nice float over. Out of the reversal, just drops straight down and drops Sierra face first to the mat. Quick hook of the leg. Quick cover, gets two and got it.
Wow.
How about that? The new blood scores a win. Sonny Siaki showing Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff that he belongs. Let's take another look. This is our Castrol GTX replay. Drive hard.
You got to think that this was one of the biggest wins that Sonny Siaki could get, not only because it's on Worldwide, but because it's in the face of the resurgence of the new blood. There is the reverse jawbreaker, I guess is what you call it. Sonny Siaki gets the win.
Now let's send it back to the studio. Scott Hudson and Bobby Heenan.
Thanks a lot. That'll wrap up this edition of WCW Worldwide. What an edition it's been, Brain. We are headed like a freight train to Slamboree. It's coming up. Look at the calendar. May 7th in Kansas City, Triple Cage. The belt hung above the ring, Jeff Jarrett and Diamond Dallas Page.
Well, if you think Spring Stampede was something, if you think there was excitement and action there, they're going to top themselves. I just know it. Slamboree is going to be bigger and better than any pay-per-view WCW's probably ever been involved in. A triple cage, belt hung up on top. Knowing what's going through Diamond Dallas's mind with his family, with his wife, he took a shot to the head. Jeff Jarrett, the chosen one. It is just great. From one match to the next.
It's May 7th. It's Slamboree 2000. Hey, don't forget WCW.com. Send us your Ask WCW questions. We'll answer them right here on WCW Worldwide. For the Brain, I'm Scott Hudson. We're heading to Slamboree. We'll see you next week right here on WCW Worldwide.
I never get to say goodbye to anybody.
Well, go ahead.
I don't want to now.